I mean, how do we break down this game? Is it same old Arsenal? Not really, but you could argue so. Is this the emergence of Sarri ball that's going to revolutionize Chelsea? Possibly, but not really. So let's just tackle this right down in stages. So I think the first stage, and I think where we should really start off with is when Chelsea went 2-0 up. I think it is really... See, I do not know what it is, because on one hand, you're like, my gosh, this is only the second competitive game that Chelsea have had, and look at how well they've implemented a completely and totally new system to what Conte had before. As I always told you, that one touch for football is extremely hard to implement into your team, because that takes a lot of training, a lot of understanding, and being on the same wavelength as everyone on your pitch. But the way Chelsea moved the ball around, the one touch, the passing, how they were able to find spaces, how they were able to get out into different situations without Arsenal had 2-3 men around them. Every Chelsea player trusted themselves in possession, and they didn't panic. Rarely did they ever panic. They were always willing to find someone, but not only finding someone, they were always looking for a way to move forward, create space, and actually try and launch an attack and create a situation which could cause Arsenal harm. But the same time, I said that was very good from Chelsea, but maybe it was Arsenal defending. Arsenal played it into their hands. When they pressed, did they press hard enough? Did they close down the space hard enough? Did they work hard enough? Bellerin. Hector Bellerin. Just keep that name in mind. Hector Bellerin. We need to focus on that name. But I just thought, it was shocking, like how well Chelsea played. They were absolutely superbly superb. And you saw the worst part of Morata and you saw the best side of Morata. You saw the worst side of Morata in this guy's decision making is atrocious. Like because I think he's trying too hard to impress. He's trying too hard to say, look, man, I'm good. And I think he knows the kind of pressure that's on him, and is trying really hard to try and get away from that pressure. But you have to make the right decisions. You can't force the issue. You can't do the best thing for yourself. You've got to do the best things for your team. But you look at that first goal that Chelsea scored. I need the names of the people from ESPN FC. Remember, guys from ESPN FC, they are paid. They are paid to give opinions and views. So actually, because I need to know what they say after this game, because the guy from ESPN FC, he said that Jorginho, he's not even near one of the most important players for Chelsea, and he said that 7 or 8 players he would pick as being more important for Napoli than Jorginho when Jorginho was at Napoli under Sarri. For me, Jorginho in that space when Chelsea were 2-0 up before Arsenal got to 2-1, he saw how crucial he is into this team. He's playing that deep role. He's playing that Busquets role. But the guy's passing, his one-touch passing, his vision, his ability to think 2 steps ahead before the ball comes to him, he knows how to utilize and give that ball that's going forward. And look at that pass he gave over. That's a first-time pass. I think that was over. I think it was to Alonso or Kante. I can't remember. Ball across, Pedro in, but that opportunity was created by Jorginho doing the one-two. Because if Jorginho had controlled the ball and taken his time, then it would have given Arsenal time to really figure out how to defend. But it was his ability to know where he wanted the ball to go before the ball came to him. First time, beautifully waited, created this situation, and destroyed the whole Arsenal defense. They were now having to make space back, and the ball came in. I look at the other goal, so you saw the worst of Morata and you saw the best side of Morata. The ball came over. Mustafi, I don't know what has happened to Mustafi. This guy was, in and out of the starting lineup for Germany. But the guy's defending is atrocious. Because again, ball comes over to Morata. Good holding up strength by Morata. In a one-on-one situation, you have to cover your left and you've got to cover your right. You've got to remain strong. You've got to remain smart, because you're in a very, very dangerous situation when you're one-on-one and with the striker so close to goal. But Mustafi just had no awareness, no composure whatsoever. He was so rash. He was over panicking. He oversold himself. But Morata, quality, that's what this guy can do. He totally created that ball for himself, because that ball from Azpilicueta was just a long ball. But he really brought it down, created, had composure, messed up Mustafi, created the yard away from Mustafi, and beautifully finished it. So you can even see by his celebration, how much that meant to him. You see, Emery can't be blamed for this. Because the point of a manager is he creates a blueprint and a platform for his team to be able to execute. Now, Emery can be blamed for the defensive organization, defensive setup, and he needs to fall for that. He can't fall for Arsenal creating opportunities and chances. And I think for Aubameyang, we know how good you are at goal scoring. There is a zero excuse to miss that chance. That chance that he missed, there's a zero excuse for him to miss that chance. There is no excuse whatsoever. And I think that he had to put that chance to, and I think he even had another one. Mkhitaryan had another one. So those two chances that Arsenal missed were crazy. And when you now think of the fact that Mkhitaryan is scoring a damn good goal, Arsenal scoring another good goal, I think under Wenger, that doesn't happen. Under Wenger, Arsenal not come to. Under Wenger, it's 3 or 4-0 by halftime. So you have to say to yourselves that for Emery, and I think for Emery specifically, maybe I would not say it's character. I would just say there are more ideas in this team. I think attacking wise, there are much more ideas in this team. There's more intensity in how they want to attack. And there's much more creativity in the ways that they're trying to pick holes in the opposition. And I think that they had a play that worked really, really well. Let's hustle down the flank and let's pull balls back. Hustle on the flank and pull balls back. And I think they scored those 2 goals in the first half. They should have scored more. They didn't have half chances. The Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang were golden opportunities. So Emery can't be blamed for that. He gave you the opposition on the platform, but it is now the job of the players to execute, and they failed to execute. So I think for Chelsea, they have to also blame themselves because really, defensively, they were given far too many warnings to keep making the mistake again and again and again. And I think for 2-2 Chelsea, they flopped defensively on that. So going into the second half, just listen to what Emery was saying. You saw how Chelsea really took the game and took control of the game, and Arsenal did not have another gear. They don't have another gear yet to come into. And you got to give a shout out to Kante, man. I mean, that Kante was absolutely amazing. Barkley had a better game, but I thought Kante, I think he's been given more freedom because this guy was striking, he was going up. But I think for Kante, whether you give him defensive responsibility, midfield responsibility, a DM responsibility, a possession responsibility, an attacking responsibility, he just seems to be able to intelligently readjust his brain and say, okay, this is what is required of me. Let me try and pull out some skills inside my repertoire to best utilize it. So I think a strong argument can be made that, because I will still say Pogba is the best all-round player in the world. I think Kante is given an argument as one of the best all-round players in the world. Because I just think that attacking-wise, he was able to adeptly be a threat attacking-wise and able to go forward attacking-wise. And even if he went forward attacking-wise, he's still going to track back. He's still going to help his defense, and he will still be in midfield. So I just think for Kante, man, shout out. But I think what you saw here was what Chelsea have and what Arsenal don't have. I still felt that, and I think how Arsenal plays Xhaka and Guendouzi, it's madness. But Arsenal, you bring on Ramsey and you bring on Lacazette. I'm a fan of Lacazette. I think that guy should be starting. Ramsey is Ramsey. See, Chelsea, first of all, I think Giroud, I think he's the man to go for. Yes, Martin scored the goal, but I think Giroud is the man to go for. But Arsenal don't have a Hazard. I will repeat myself again. Eden Hazard is the best player in the Premier League. Now, you can talk about a consistency. What do you do consistency? That's based on your system and stats and so forth. Ability-wise, skill-wise, technique-wise, tactical-wise, what he's able to do, his adeptness at being a footballer, his ability with the ball at his feet makes him the best footballer ability-wise in the Premier League. There is no argument. That's not an opinion of mine. That's a fact. If you reject that fact, you don't know what you're talking about. Footballing-wise, Hazard is the best player. When you just saw what this guy did as he came on, he changed the entire game. Every single time this man touches the ball, defenders don't know what to do to him. You can't get the ball off of him. If you can't get the ball off of him, you foul him. And this man is trying to make something happen. He's going forward. He's creating situations. He's finding space. He's breaking lines. He's causing mayhem. He's causing havoc. So he did it against Huddersfield, and he's done it again and again. He changed the whole dynamic of the game, And yet again, he was a difference maker in helping Chelsea win because it was his way that got past Lacazette. We're going to talk about Bellerin. Put the ball across, and boom, you saw Alonso put the ball in. And I told you, this is what I even tweeted out. I'm so happy I have my own football channel and all the football channels because we offer ourselves an alternative, you know. Some people say the alternative is the truth, but let me know in source, guys, it's the alternative. So BT Sports went with Marcos Alonso as man of the match. Marcos Alonso was to blame for Arsenal's second goal. Alonso has shown he's still a defensive liability. So how can a guy who is a defensive liability have shown that he's still not fully adept with the ball at his feet and really in this system and really being a marauding left back? So because he scored that goal, he's now man of the match? I don't understand that. I don't get that. If we're not going with guys scoring goals, okay, Pedro played better than Marcos Alonso over the course of the game. But that's for me, it's just crazy. So but I think overall, man, and also the shout out to Alexi who will be getting the goal. And I got to rep my Nigerian brother there. But I think overall, and I think this is what I even said in the preview, I still think Luis is a liability in defense. And I think I would say you're right. If Chelsea are going into the market, you've got to put in I would say Azpilicueta and Rudiger as the central defense because central defense is so important. I think Azpilicueta is quality in there. And instead get a right back who can go forward and really offer something in an attacking sense. Because I just feel like if Luis, there are mistakes waiting for there to happen within them there. So, but look, man, I think the thing with Arsenal, man, I think they can still come off of this thing hopeful. These were two tough games. And you put those chances away, it's a different game. Because remember, people say, okay, people miss chances. You can't miss chances. Like the chances that Arsenal missed were crazy chances to miss. You cannot miss those kinds of chances. So those were different. They were very different, the chances that they missed. But I just think with Arsenal defensively, they need to sort themselves out. So let's just write that now. For me, that dude. See, this is tough because for me, it's a toss-up bit between Jorginho and Hazard. And the argument for Jorginho against Hazard is that Jorginho played the whole game. And I think he was quality for the whole game, but I'm looking at the whole game. But I'm going to have to give that dude to Eden Hazard. And the reason why I do it is because to be able to change the dynamics of the game like that, to be able to be such a potent problem for a game and to cause so many issues for the opposition, I think is something that's just on a whole other level. And I think because of that, I have to give him the award for being that dude because I think people are not really appreciating what this guy's doing. They're not fully appreciating what this guy's doing. This guy is a serious problem. And a serious problem that very few teams know how to deal with. And I think that he's still getting better. That's the scary thing. He's not reached I think he's at his peak, but it just seems as if he's getting better and better. And maybe he's saying to us, based off what happened at the World Cup, that, you know what, this is going to be my best season. This is going to be my best season. So for me, I think that dude goes to Hazard. Now, break of the game, tough one. I mean, see, people say, okay, I should have gone for Aubameyang based on the chances he missed. Nah. People miss those chances. That's not enough to be a break, but I feel there were bigger breaks than Aubameyang in this game. I mean, Mustafi was a good shout because defensively, Xhaka is a good shout. I don't know what he does in midfield. You know, I didn't even mention Ozil. So Ozil is a great shot to be a brick of the game, but I think he so did nothing that I'll probably give him like Ghost of the Game or something, like a separate award. But brick of the game has to be Bellerin. So defensively, he's crap. He's completely garbage. And Chelsea knew to really attack him. And I think once Hazard came on, Bellerin literally had no answer for him. And I think Bellerin's answer to defending Hazard was laughable, completely and utterly laughable. And attacking wise, what did Bellerin really do attacking wise? Because his crossing was crap, awful. His delivery was awful, and losing the ball so many times. And it just seems as if this guy just has his head in the clouds. He just has his head in the clouds. So I just thought it was a completely, utterly garbage, horrific performance from Bellerin. It was completely crap. So break of the game goes to Bellerin. So all in all, man, Chelsea, man, looking very good. How Sarri's implemented the system is amazing. So it is very refreshing seeing Chelsea play such high level quality for football. And Jorginho is important to the system, just saying. And as for Arsenal, I think really for Emery, you've gotten rid of these two really tough games. Although they could have gotten something from the Chelsea game, they really have themselves to blame because the opportunities were there to get something from the game. But I think they need to sort out the defense. Xhaka needs to go. I think Ozil is a question mark. I think Bellerin needs to go. I think Mustafi can't sniff a pitch anymore. And I think once Emery gets a transfer window where he gets rid of some crap on some bricks and brings in a proper midfielder who can partner Torreira in their proper defense, proper right and left backs, then Arsenal can be saying something. But for Chelsea, it's looking good. Thank you for watching this video. Think about pledging and become a Hartford Football Hut patron. Pledge an amount each month and gain access to exclusive videos from your boy, the Football Hut, for more analysis. Peace.